Hey there. In today's video, I'm going to talk about swing and teach you how to, in my opinion, swing the right way. This makes all the difference in your sound and playing and having it sound effective versus the music sounding just sort of off where there's something missing and you can't quite figure out what it is. In jazz and blues, swing and good rhythm and phrasing and feel is everything in this music. You could be playing all the right notes, but if the swing or the feeling isn't there, it just doesn't work. On the other hand, if you play the totally wrong notes but have good rhythm and phrasing and intention, it can work. Swing feel takes a long time to develop, especially as a beginner, or if you're coming from, say, a classical background and have never played jazz or are used to the rhythms and the feel or the swing. I hear a lot of pianists and students who overly swing or try to force the swing, often without even realizing it. And this is only natural because when we first start practicing it, we have to actively be conscious of it, and we want to practice it in a way that really helps get it into our fingers and our playing. However, what happens is you're playing and the swing sounds, well, forced. And this is most noticeable if you record yourself and listen back. Developing swing, and especially teaching how to swing, is one of the hardest things to teach in jazz, especially as pianists, because we have such an expressive instrument. What many pianists starting out don't realize is it's not just the swing rhythm itself, it has a lot to do with your touch, specifically your legato and your phrasing, and your articulation and accenting of the notes themselves. Good swing will sound relaxed and not sound forced. So how do we address this? Well, there's two main ways to play eighth notes. Either straight, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, or swung, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And there's two main ways to accent the notes. The first way is on the downbeats or the strong beats. That'd be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then you have the offbeats or the ands. It'd be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So I'm going to be demonstrating this with some examples over a 2-5-1 in the key of C major. Okay, our first example is playing straight with no swing. Right away, you should be able to tell that that just is not it, and it's not what you want to do. It just doesn't sound like jazz, even though I'm playing a bebop jazz phrase over a 2-5-1. So the next example will be swing eighth notes, and I'm going to accent the downbeats or the strong beats, so it'll sound like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, with that example, it sounds better than straight eighth notes, but it sounds a little forced, a little try-hard. So now I'm going to demonstrate swing eighths with accenting the offbeats or the ands. And for the final example, I'm going to demonstrate straight eighths with accenting on the offbeats or the ands. In my opinion, it's better to play straight with accenting on the offbeats and just a touch of swing. You don't want to overdo it. It's a very subtle and fine line, but generally you're going to sound better and more relaxed if you play a little more straight with accenting every other beat. versus trying to force the swing. As a final demonstration of forcing versus not forcing it so much and playing more straight, I'm going to play the same exact phrase. Okay, so some ways to practice this, even with major scales, or pentatonic scales even. You can practice accenting playing straight, like so. Okay, so I hope this was useful for you. Happy practicing, and I'll see you in the next video.